Today we're going to dig into something that's, well, it's fundamental to pretty much everything: farming, biology, even what's on your own dinner plate. I'm talking about animal nutrition. So, have you ever stopped to wonder, why can a cow live its whole life eating just grass, while a pig can't? I mean, a pig would starve on that diet, and so would we for that matter. The answer, well, it's hidden deep inside their bodies, in this incredible, specialized machinery of digestion. Okay, so to get to the bottom of this, here's our game plan. We'll start with why nutrition even matters in the first place. Then we'll look at the 6 essential nutrients, kind of the building blocks. After that, we'll check out the 4 major digestive blueprints that different animals use. We're going to do a deep dive into the cow's amazing 4-chambered factory. And then finally, we'll see how all this science comes together to craft the perfect meal on a modern farm. All right, first up, why does any of this even matter? Well, it's simple. For any animal, food is way more than just food. It's the high-octane fuel that powers absolutely everything they do. You know, the easiest way to think about it is also the best. An animal's body, it's like a high-performance engine. You just can't put diesel in a gasoline car and expect it to go anywhere, right? It's the exact same idea here. Animals don't just need food, they need the right kind of food, the right fuel that's engineered for their specific biological design. And you know, when they don't get that right fuel, the consequences are real and they're serious. For the animal itself, it means they grow slower, they get sick way more often. And for a farmer, well, that translates directly to the bottom line. We're talking less milk, fewer eggs, less meat. It means a less successful and, frankly, a less sustainable farm. So it's super clear, right? Good nutrition isn't just some minor detail. It is the absolute foundation of successful animal agriculture. Okay, so if food is the fuel, what's actually in it? It really all breaks down into 6 essential categories of nutrients. Think of these as the building blocks of life. First up, you've got carbohydrates. This is the main, #1 source of raw energy. For livestock, this is the power you find packed into things like grass, corn, and silage. And if you're wondering, silage is basically this high-moisture, fermented forage. It's like a supercharged power meal for cattle. So yeah, carbs are the gas in the tank. Next, we've got proteins. Now, if carbs are the fuel, proteins are the actual building materials for the engine itself. They're made up of these things called amino acids, and they are absolutely essential for building and repairing everything: muscle, skin, even the enzymes that make digestion happen in the first place. Then you have fats and oils. Think of these as the reserve fuel tank. It's a super concentrated form of energy. I mean, they pack more than double the energy punch of carbohydrates. Plus, they're critical for absorbing certain vitamins and, providing insulation to stay warm. Okay, now we're getting to the small stuff, the micronutrients. Now, vitamins, you only need them in really tiny amounts, but their jobs are huge. For instance, a lack of vitamin A can mess with eyesight. A shortage of vitamin E can impact an animal's ability to reproduce. They're like the tiny little spark plugs that make the whole engine fire up. And minerals? These are the nuts and bolts of the whole operation. You've got calcium and phosphorus, which build the literal framework of the body, the skeleton. Then you've got others like iron, which is right at the core of red blood cells, carrying oxygen to every single tissue. They're small, but they are mighty. And finally, we come to the one nutrient we almost always forget about: water. I mean, think about it. An animal can go for weeks without food, but only a few days without water. It's doing everything. It regulates body temp. It transports all the other nutrients. It's involved in pretty much every single chemical reaction in the body. It's the coolant, the oil, the hydraulic fluid, all rolled into one. Absolutely non-negotiable. So, okay, all animals need these same 6 nutrients. But how they get them, the actual machinery they use to pull these nutrients out of their food, that's where nature gets incredibly creative. We can basically group these amazing biological designs into 4 main blueprints. And you can see the sheer variety right here. You've got monogastrics, that's like pigs, and hey, that's us, we have one simple stomach. But to digest something tough like grass, you need a whole different setup. That's where ruminants like cows come in, with their crazy four-chamber stomach. Then you have hindgut fermenters, like horses, who do a similar job, but they do it back in their intestines. And of course, you can't forget birds. They have a totally unique avian system with a crop and a gizzard for grinding up seeds and grains. Okay, so now to really, truly answer our original question about the cow and the pig, we have to zoom way in on the most complex of these systems, the ruminant. And let me tell you, this isn't just a stomach, it's a four-chambered biological factory. So let's follow a mouthful of grass on its incredible journey. First, it drops into the rumen. This thing is a massive fermentation tank, just teeming with billions of microbes. And these little guys, they do the work the cow itself can't do. They break down the tough, fibrous parts of the grass. Next up is the reticulum, which acts like a sorter. Then the omasome squeezes all the water out. And finally, the food hits the abomasum. You can think of this as the true stomach, because it works a lot like ours, using acid to finish the job. So, you know when you see a cow just chilling in a field, chewing and chewing, looking all relaxed? What's actually going on? Well, it's chewing the cud. That's step 2 of the process in action. The reticulum, that sorter we just talked about, has sent a ball of partially digested food all the way back up to the mouth for a second round of grinding. This makes it way easier for those microbes back in the rumen to access all the nutrients. It's just a brilliant and super efficient system for wringing every last drop of energy out of grass. Okay, so we've got the nutrients. We've got the different digestive blueprints. How does this all come together in the real world, on a farm? Well, it all comes down to one thing: crafting the perfect, scientifically balanced meal for each and every animal. And this is where you really see the payoff. Look, a cow can totally survive on just grass, but it's not going to be very productive. Now, look what happens when a farmer creates what's called a balanced ration. They take that grass and they supplement it with the perfect mix of proteins, vitamins, and minerals. And what's the result? Boom. You get a healthy, fast-growing animal that produces way more milk. It's the difference between just surviving and actually thriving. So when it all comes down to it, what's the number one thing, the absolute key to healthy animals and a successful, productive farm? It is, without a doubt, a scientifically formulated, balanced diet. It's that simple. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We've just explored these incredible biological factories, right? Especially the ruminant's amazing ability to turn something we humans can't even eat, grass, into high-quality protein. So, as we look to the future, as we try to find more sustainable ways to feed the whole world, could a deeper understanding, a better way to optimize these natural systems, could that hold the key? It's a huge question, and definitely one worth thinking about. Thanks for joining me.